Good evening, VB Nation. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the channel. Now, tonight's presentation, I have a treat for you. I have a special guest tonight, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the one who called the pop on Nvidia. Glenn Tompkins, how are we doing this evening?
We're doing well, man. Nice move on Nvidia, big time.
Well, you saw the earnings report, beat on guidance, beat on revenue. I saw the revenue up over 250%, even net income year over year up over 700%. Phenomenal ratings here. Where do you see Nvidia going here forward?
I think the sky's the limit. I think a lot of people have missed out on the potential of making money in the stock. We have the fear of missing out, driving the stock price higher for people like you and me who own it. I think it goes even higher.
I definitely agree with that. I saw your video last week. You projected 30%. Looking at it right now at 15% up, we're halfway to your objective. I was looking at the chart historically. Our valuation metrics is right around $700. And just looking historically here, it likes to trade 20 to 30% above that amount. Now, so my price target is actually going to be over $900.
That's huge, bro.
So I take it that's something that you might be on the bandwagon too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Definitely more upside potential. So that being said, let's go ahead and just jump in the chart and see what the information is trying to tell us. All right. Like I said, big day when it comes to Nvidia. We see the gap up here. Now, Glenn, I know this is one of your favorite graph layouts to utilize here. So explain to the customers and the viewers that are watching this evening what this is trying to tell us.
So this is the NPI graph, or near perfect indicator, only found here in VectorVest. In case you didn't know, if you wanted to take a trial of the VectorVest system, go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. 99 cents for 30 days gets you access to this graph. And what we're looking at are moving averages on price and moving averages on relative timing. Even when the stock pulled back, we still had trend. The blue line was above the red line. And even on the pullback, it never really dropped a lot, which was a positive sign. We've got trigger, where the 5-day moving average of RT is above the 40-day moving average of RT. And even when it pulled back, we still had trigger. We've got trigger, we've got trend after earnings. I think it only picks up from here.
Yeah, I've seen this graph layout before. I've utilized it myself many times. It does a great job just keeping you on the right side of the trend, making you money or mitigating losses early, preventing from emotional trading, which is always very important here. I do like it sitting at a new high right now. What's that number say? 'Cause I'm looking at your screen currently.
776.
Whew, every time I look at it this morning, it just keeps going up, up, and up. I love it. So there's actually another graph layout that I want to take a look at here, which is going to be Star Search. We mentioned this last week and actually earlier this week. When it comes to SMCI, it does a great job of capturing parabolic moves, simply utilizing 2 sets of Bollinger Bands. It's a very easy method to use. You see Glenn here, he's controlling the mouse. You see price action staying in that upper lane there between that yellow and white line. It's a very simple method. As long as price action stays in that upper lane, that's when to be bullish. That's when to maintain your positions. You see Nvidia slip below it 2 days ago or 2 trading sessions ago. Now, with today's earnings news, it gapped up and we're right back in that lane. That being said here, we see the DPO or detrended price oscillators down below. The top one is the one I'm more focused on. It's got a longer term, so it's not subject to move as quickly. So if you're more of a swing trader or longer term trader, definitely something to utilize. However, the red DPO did slip into negative territory. It's got a shorter term period here, so that's more utilized, by more active swing traders, even day traders potentially. But that being said here, everything's in positive territory here. I see it on the move. Is there anything that you see or any insights you want to give to this chart, Glenn?
I think that the semiconductor space fueled by AI, the space is hot. You can't get around it. AI is not something that's fly by night. It's something that's going to be here for a minute, for a while. I think back in the fast lane, the trend, the trigger, all of that, everything looks positive for it right now.
I think investors are agreeing with you. Just looking at today's candlestick here, we're getting follow through from that momentum of earnings here. I don't see really much of a wick up at the top, so very little selling pressure. It looks like buyers are in control right now. So if you're in this position, I don't see a rush to, bail out by any means, but as always, I think Glenn can, agree with me. Protecting profits is always key.
Absolutely. Don't give all this away.
Yeah, I would not give that away either, Glenn. All right, you've heard from the man, the myth, the legend himself, the individual who called the big pop on Nvidia. Now, we went through the charts. We showed you the information, a lot of positive information out here. Now, Glenn, is there anything that you should, suggest or any advice you want to give people holding Nvidia going forward?
There's a lot of people out there on our channel when we do our dual stream. A lot of people ask questions. What should I do now? Should I buy more? I'm a big fan of, if the stock is going to give you an opportunity to make money, take advantage of it. Make sure you buy 12 cents higher than the high. Make sure you buy on a day that the stock is moving up. But knowing that, and I don't consider this parabolic. I look at this as a nice 45-degree angle going up. Big pull off. Everybody was worried about earnings. I am of the mindset, if it gives you opportunity to buy, buy. If you're in it, don't give it all back. Make sure you have, some kind of stops in place. Actually, I like looking at the whole graph layout that we had with the star search. When it gets out of the fast lane and back into the middle lane, take some off the table. By the time it gets to the slow lane or the bottom, you should be out of it. But I don't mind utilizing this when it gets into the middle lane, take some off the table, capture some of that profit.
Hey, great, wonderful advice. I'm glad I could have you on the show this evening here. Now, again, VV Nation, if you enjoyed this presentation, if you found this information informative and see the potential to make money here, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that way we can keep you updated going forward. Good night.
Have a good night. Hey, VV Nation, Glenn Tompkins here. Did you miss out on the Tampa 2-day investment seminar? Well, right now you can get access to the live recording from this event for only $195. That's right, folks, $195. You can get access to all the great presentations from instructors like Steve Chapp, Jerry D'Ambrosio, Jim Penner, Ron Wheeler, and yours truly. Folks, you just need to go to www.vectorvest.com/replay24. You need to do that right now.
Yeah.